I was always in sports. Thank goodness my dad got me into baseball and soccer and basketball, and I just fell in love with it. And then in high school, I was totally enrolled in signing up for field hockey and made varsity as a sophomore, which I was completely shocked because I was like, I had no idea I had athletic abilities. I ended up playing sports all through high school, cheerleading, soccer, track, and field hockey. And I continued with cheerleading throughout college. Everybody knows Katie Randall. She is the general manager there. I literally pulled her out of Santa Barbara and moved her to LA. And she was kind of doting around looking for a job, and she told me she got this job at CircuitWorks, and I had never heard of it before. I was working out at a studio near my house, and I was actually at a local bar and ran into one of the coaches from the CrossFit studio, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm actually working at this new studio now, one of like the really popular ones. And I was like, oh, well, that's funny because my friend just got a job at CircuitWorks. And he was like, oh, that place sucks. Like, you should tell her to come work at, where I work at. And I was like, oh gosh, I better go tell her, like, she's made the wrong decision. And I told Katie, and Katie was like, nah, I'm good. And I was like, I still to this day feel really guilty about that. Thank God Katie's smart enough not to listen to me. And so she starts working there, and we go and take a class together. It was, 3 years ago now. And I was instantly hooked. I had never experienced anything like it before.
I'm Ben Press. My fitness story begins when I was a kid in New York City. I used to run in Central Park every morning at 6:30 a.m. starting in 6th grade. So fitness has always been a daily part of my life. I played rugby in college, which was physically demanding, and also didn't hurt that after each game there was always the keg ceremony. So there was a lot of incentive. And as I grew older and moved to Los Angeles, which is also a very healthy city, I did CrossFit for many years. One day I showed up at the box, they call it. That's the euphemism for a gym there. And they said, we're closing. So the community that we had built of fellow CrossFitters at 5:30 a.m., which is, I'm always an early morning worker outer, we disbanded. And it was a little bit of a crisis of conscience and body because I had nowhere to go. And I had heard about Orange Theory. I tried that. I did that for 3 years, and that also was good, quite different than CrossFit, and very heavy on treadmill, which wasn't my favorite thing. So I knew the clock was ticking for when I was going to get out of that. And I left Orange Theory last summer and kind of floated around, did some running on the beach right here, did a little workout at the old Muscle Beach area, and just kind of winged it. And I was getting sick of winging it. And I wanted to go back to a really strictly trained atmosphere. And I had heard about CircuitWorks from several friends, and I thought, I got to try this. So I walked in this past February, joined, and it has been easily the most rewarding activity, fitness commitment I have ever had. And it's been extraordinary. And I have there's a community of people. We all know each other. We all support each other. We're all there grossly early. And it's been extraordinary. The trainers are phenomenal. And I gotta say, it is definitely the most motivating and addicting circumstance I've had in working out. I mean, I can't do less than 5 days a week, which I've never had that circumstance before. So I keep going back, and there's a draw, and that's for a reason.
CircuitWorks is a lifestyle, is what it is. It's way more than a workout. It's something that is inspiring. I kind of like to call it like I die during the workout and then I phoenix after. For some reason, I just get this boost of energy. It makes it so possible to do such an intense elite workout for athletes and get like actual results. I actually started doing circuit works, and then I had this photo shoot, which is pretty funny. And I remember I was actually going out one night with Raphael, and the photos came back and we were looking at them, and he was like, oh my gosh, T-Money, like, look. And they were unedited photos, and I was completely shocked at what I saw on the camera. And I was like, Raphael, this is you. Like, this is circuit works. Like, you take full credit for those photos because that body was created by you. And it's given me, I mean, it gives me energy, it gives me so much love. I have so much love for the staff. The people that are attracted to circuit works and the staff that work there, somehow it's been able to create the most amazing environment. I mean, I've been there for 3 years, and I would consider everybody on staff and even the people that I work out with friends. It's more than a workout, it's a community of people.
First of all, the trainers are amazing. They are motivating. They've got a good sense of humor. They're not just drill sergeants. They are absolutely expert at what they do. And I have to say, my natural inclination is when I want to kind of sink back a little bit on the treadmill or maybe do a few less reps just because I'm tired. The coaches at Circuit Works are there breathing down my neck or punching up the speed on the treadmill, everything I need, and I know I need it. I need my ass kicked. So that I really appreciate. But by the way, not in a super aggressive way. It's all there in support. So I've actually grown friendly with a number of these people. They're part of my daily regimen, and they're part of the kind of that larger community and family that I talk about that Circuit Works really does an amazing job at fostering. I'll say that from the moment you walk in at the front desk, it's friendly, it's helpful, it's so welcoming. And usually those kind of circumstances are intimidating, but they get rid of that. That's not the case at all.
The majority of the time, because I work out in the afternoon, I'm like, gosh, I don't want to work out. I'd rather go home and go to bed. And I'm like, okay, I'll just take it mellow today. Yeah, right. Are you kidding me? I walk in there and all of a sudden it's like the switch just totally flips, and the trainers really do push you. And as much as I like want to try and not go so crazy, I'm like, oh, they're saying 95% on the heart rate. Fine. Okay, here we go, you know? Or when the sprint cycles come in, it's like, you know, they're pushing you to go harder, and I know I don't have to, but then I'm like, like today, I freaking hit a 12.5 because I said so. But it was because of the trainer behind me and the music playing and the whole atmosphere just like pushing me to go harder. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. But I was like, walking into that workout today, I'm like, I didn't sleep very good last night. I didn't really eat much this morning. I'm really tired. I'm probably not going to perform well. And then boom. It's, yeah, competition all the time. I try not to be so competitive, but very competitive.